friends, this is Angie over at creativepapercrafts.com. Today you're going to be learning how to make your very own designer paper using rubber stamps. Here's an example of a card that I created with the beautiful stamp set Petal Palette from Stampin' Up. This design will use 4 different stamps to create a personalized pattern. We'll be using several different ink pad colors. We'll be using Old Olive, Powder Pink, Tuxedo Black from Memento, and Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blend. I will teach you how to use this as a replacement to a stamp pad. We're going to be starting with Old Olive stamp pad and a tree branch. We're going to be using Whisper White cardstock. You're going to need a foam pad underneath. This just helps make a better impression. You're also going to need a scratch piece of paper. Be sure to fill up your cardstock. Be sure to fill up your cardstock with plenty of stamped images. This will allow you some great choices for your finished card. Because we're working on a subtle background, a quick trick is to first stamp off on a scratch paper to mute the color just a bit. So let me show you with the Old Olive and the tree branch. Make sure you get plenty of ink. Stamp off on the scratch paper. Find a good spot on your cardstock. It is light, but that is because it's the background. You don't want an overwhelming background. And it's such a dark color. I love Old Olive. It reminds me of the 70s when I was growing up. So you want to twist and turn, filling up the cardstock, because when you cut it out, it's, you want to make sure that you have plenty of images. Otherwise, it's going to look blank and boring, and that's okay. See, it could be covered up. You could cover it with a ribbon, a bird, put a bird on it, right? All right, keep going. Fill her up. We want to make sure that we have enough beautiful things to look at. Just twist and turn as you go. It's very relaxing. Takes your mind off of things. Makes you think of nature. Going outdoors. All right. I think just one more and we're good. Okay, there we go. I think I need one more. One more. Look at that. That was so bare. I wouldn't have known what to do with it. All right, I will clean that off later. I'm going to close up my pad. I'm going to pull out the powder pink. I'm going to use powder pink, one of my favorites, and this little bitty flower. So we're going to fill up a lot of the blank images there with this pretty flower. Now, you don't need to stamp off on this one because the pink is so light that if you did stamp off, you wouldn't see it. I tried it. Trust me. All right. If you don't like pink, you can definitely use a different color. You can use purple, blue. Blue's a good one. I like Pool Party. Whoops. Let's kind of turn these flowers around. We don't want it all the same. That's boring. We don't want boring. We want fun. And you know what? This makes for a great background, and it just is a mental break because it's so easy. It's super easy. It's not one of those where you got to stamp perfectly or else the whole thing is ruined. You know, I do a few of those, which is super not fun. So this one just kind of takes your mind off of it. I'm going to use, Tuxedo Black from Memento. I'm going to turn my stamp upside down because it's so big, and I love using polka dots. It just gives extra texture. Now with this one, you're going to stamp off a few of them, and then a few of them you are going to leave regular black because it gives such a good texture. I really like this one. It's so big that you can fill up a lot of space. And filling space is what you need to make good designer paper. Then you twist and you turn. And I think now I'm going to add some full-on black because I can. So, there we go. Black. Very black. Okay. I like it. I like making my own background paper. I don't know. It's just fun. It's very artsy. One more. You don't have to think about it, really. All right. I think I'm going to stamp off the rest, unless I don't feel like it. And that's the fun part of art. See how I went over that one? That's okay. It is just art. I'm going to keep going, fill her up, because we want, when we cut it down to size for a card, we can get 2 cards out of this. You want to make sure, I think I need another big black. Well, that's, yeah, I need another big black. You just want to make sure it pops. See? Look at that. That made it work. All right, and if you wanted, you could also use different colored polka dots. You don't have to use the same, but I don't like to get too overwhelming with different colors because it is just the background. All right, there we go. Now we're going to take, I'm going to close up my ink so it doesn't dry out. And we're going to take this Stampin' Blend Dark Daffodil Delight, and we're going to take this saying from the heart because, well, I really liked it. Some of the other sayings were congratulations, I just love you, thank you, best wishes. I don't know. I just like this one the best. So there's 2 sides to the Stampin' Blend. One's the marker side and one's a paintbrush. I like the paintbrush side the best. So you're going to take it and you're just going to go over the words like that. You don't have to stamp off because, again, Daffodil Delight is one of those other really light colors. And you're just gonna stamp that one. He needs some more ink, and that's okay if it doesn't ink up right the first time. Oh, there we go. Let's try that again. There, see, if you can always cut it off, you can always cover it up. Lots of ribbon, lots of birds. Put a bird on it. All right, from the heart. I like to twist and turn, but I don't like to put it upside down because that's just kind of awkward to me. So we're just going to keep stamping until I feel like I'm finished. And when I get it all said and done, it's going to look great. So you really want to make sure you fill it up, because I know it's super sad when you cut it and you go, oh, I didn't get any flowers, or I didn't get any sayings, and that's super sad. So you can always stamp more, though, after you cut it off if you feel like it needs more, and that's completely fine. All right, I think we're getting there. I think maybe one more, and then I will show you what a cut one looks like. There we go. All right. Let me put my cap on so I don't lose that ink. So this is what a cut one looks like. I got a couple of flowers, some branches from the heart. All right, and then I like to make it darker around the edges. So I'm going to take my old olive, open that up. I didn't have a sponge. I like sponges, so I didn't have one. So I'm going to use a paper towel. I'm going to dip it in. I've already inked it once, but I think it needs a little bit more. So you can go, and it really makes it pop when you put the card on. Okay, so that is all there is to making your own DSP. It's really fast, it's really easy, it's a lot of fun, and you already use what you already have. So let me show you again the card. Here's the card, my own DSP, and I used some of the die cuts and punch and stamps to finish the card off. I also outlined it with black. All right, so I hope you found today's tip helpful. Be sure to head on over to creativepapercrafts.com for more tips and fun paper crafts. Have a great day!